Why, hello everybody, and welcome to back. I guess welcome back to the boys in the pod. It's me, your host Hoover, and joining me today is our lovely Cyber Prime,
Hey,
our
hello
hateful David,
Hateful.
and our
I tried.
interrupting Turtle Guy.
Turtle Guy muted his mic on Discord. I don't know if that's because
Turtle
a
Guy
really ill-timed event where
Doesn't
someone
want
walked
to
into the
join.
room.
Doing it out of protest, actually.
Oh right, okay.
Protest these nuts,
he
motherfucker.
he says as he interrupts us all. So
No, it's not
Guys,
an interruption if you invoke my name.
it is an interruption if you make me stop my
How am I
sentence.
doing?
I mean,
You
that is
literally
that is the
interrupted every
definition of an
sentence
interruption,
after
actually.
I said you were an interrupting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm right
anyway.
universe about that.
Anyway, small talk, guys. How we doing? How's life?
It's
Kissing,
existing.
Yes.
kissing.
Yes.
Me and Turtle,
I've achieved
Turtle Guy
smallest
love
talk.
kissing. Whenever Turtle Guy talks, am I right?
Turtle guy has gone dead silent. Anyway,
Sure.
I offended him to his
that was
roots.
great small talk.
Whoa,
you know,
wait, we didn't do
I-
anything. That was like the intro, goddammit.
No one said anything.
I thought you were gonna start us off and roll the ball with something interesting you
Unprofessional.
did.
I
Hoover.
said
Come
ha-
on.
And no one said a thing.
You
The
want
only
the
thing that was
small talk?
mentioned was that.
I thought
You
you would
said
get the
kissing.
ball
Take
rolling
two
with something
on
that you
small
happened in your
talk. Take two on
Okay.
small talk. How are you doing?
life. I shoveled some grass today.
Well, I got some men.
Don't ever ask him how he's doing again. I don't want to hear about him shoveling
What?
the elements.
What? I was like, I cut it away from the base of some trees. I went out into the orchard, the old Cyber Prime family orchard, and I was like,
Oh, on the
taking-
ranch?
What the fuck are you on about?
Is
You
this
have
the
no.
Cyberprime
I know.
ranch?
Yeah, basically, I went out to the trees and I was taking the grass
Don't
out
ask
from the bottom.
Cyberprime what he was doing in the 1900s.
Cyber just went out
What?
to a set of random trees,
I don't
just
even
some
know what-
random
what
forest,
that
and started
means,
digging
what
the
Turtle
dirt
just
around
Am I
it.
too far back?
I broke into some
300s?
random orchard and started cutting the grass around their trees. For no desirable purpose. I was just there to sow the seeds of chaos.
You
And
know,
in order to do
Cyber,
that,
I
I
would
had to
usually
root for
think
grass.
it's David or Turtle Guy that would be first to, commit a crime. Not you.
Why me?
That's,
I'm a law-abiding
I said
citizen.
and was ignored, and I said that I got some men. No one batted an eye.
What? You got men?
Well, maybe you were just happy that,
You have
you
reinforcements?
finally find someone, Turtle Guy?
I think he's referring to a battalion of troops that he has on the standby ready to go. Whenever
I
anyone
like to
attempts
think
break
it
into
as
his orchard.
he's gone through multiple partners at this stage, and he's quite the experienced man now.
Oh, can I actually say something real quick? A little peek behind the
No.
curtain as part of small talk. This
Okay.
is the
That is what
first.
small talk is.
This is the first episode of the podcast that we recorded after like a 6-month hiatus. I wonder if you'll be able to tell the difference. It's probably longer than
I wonder
6
what
months.
happened.
I don't know.
This is also not in person. You can't
no, not at
hear,
all.
Like, there's no threats of violence.
No, you
yet.
can't hear like bottles being clung, like hit across each other's heads. It's just, it's just a bog standard. We're on the digital wave, like
A
wavelength.
little bit less of
We're
the
going
bog.
into Tron to record our podcast from now on. We're avoiding
You know,
Jared Leto,
Do you
who's not
think
here just yet.
people
You
like in
know-
the future will use like virtual reality like that to record a podcast?
Oh, totally.
They'll put a headset
it'll
on?
just be like VTubers, but like in a podcast. That probably already exists.
You know,
Oh,
What a
you know
waste
what?
of technology.
I can't wait to go into the
Hoover,
us,
Hit
metaverse.
the
us like
off button.
putting a
Let's turn it off.
6-month period.
Hoover,
like,
I can't wait
not
to go
doing
into the
these-
metaverse.
I smell a segue on the
You know what,
horizon.
Cyber?
There was a lot
it
of
sounds
money
like you
in the
didn't
metaverse.
think that sentence true.
No,
and
Meta didn't
let's
think it
move
through.
on to today's topic.
Hoover, you failed me.
They didn't think that true.
Wait, can I start?
Today's
Yeah,
topic
Can I
is
start?
Cyber might
Can I
already
start?
have-
well, I just
Wait, why
want
don't we
to
let
give
Hoover
a little
start?
idea for what this topic is. For the inspiration behind this topic. Don't know if you know this, listeners, but I'm a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. I listen to a lot of podcasts involving these Dungeons and Dragons folks. And one such podcast was between a Matthew Mercer and a Brendan Lee Mulligan. And they were talking about fantasy worlds created in literature and stuff like that. And one of the things that really cracked me up and inspired today's topic was the fact that in the universe, in the world of Harry Potter, how is their mail famously delivered? It's delivered with owls.
Indeed.
The owls deliver their post. But what else do we know they can do in Harry Potter? They can also teleport to anywhere at will.
Green fire.
You like most of Harry Potter.
Yes.
You could just be like, well, why do you do any of this if you can teleport?
I know, but like it's
But
just
the post
the
specifically
point
is-
of the topic is, you know, clearly, J.K. did not think that.
Why
through.
do they have
JK?
port keys if you can just fucking teleport everywhere? Fuck Harry Potter, man.
Exactly.
Harry Potter stinks.
Exactly. See, there's
Can
a
I
lot
start,
of things
though?
that weren't thought through. So, with that,
I
David, you start.
misunderstood. I misunderstood the topic, but I'm gonna say it
Oh,
anyway.
God damn it.
Just because we
Didn't
talked
understand
earlier.
the topic.
We talked earlier about segways, and that reminded me of the Segway and how the guy who invented the Segway died on a Segway falling off a cliff. He did not
Really?
think that one through. Yeah,
Really?
he was
Whoa.
basically trying to prove. I think it was an off-road variation of the Segway, and he was trying to prove the braking power of this new Segway by driving towards the edge of a cliff and braking at the last possible second. It didn't work, and he fell off and also died.
Wait, it's a
So-
Segway, right?
Imagine if
That's
they
like
thought
the
that was
little
a
thing with
marketing
the
thing.
with the pole in
Yeah,
front
the
of you.
Paul Blart mobile, the thing Paul Blart drives.
But wait, even if you did have incredible braking, would the momentum not just cause the front to fall forward anyway?
I don't really know. I guess if you're holding it up, I don't know, man. I didn't fucking invent the Segway. I'm also still alive, so fuck that guy. But now that you mentioned the Harry Potter thing, I thought of two very big ones, but I'll save them. Someone else can go ahead.
Well, I know someone did their research for this topic.
yeah,
Yeah.
Turtle
Uh,
guy
a
did.
quick,
Turtle
like,
guy, what do you want to say?
3-minute
I didn't
research.
think this was true. I mean, I have two. I got two stories that I just thought up of.
Go for it.
Number one,
Let me hear. 'em.
Wrote
I don't know
these.
if they didn't think it through, but it was always advertised. You ever hear of the unsinkable Titanic?
Where you going?
Yes.
with this? Where you going with this?
We have.
It was always advertised as a boat that was unsinkable.
Oh, were you around in 1912? You remember the
I
ads for
think
that one?
most boats are, advertised as unsinkable just for,
No, but
safety
they really
precautions.
went all out with the Titanic because it's like, oh, nothing's gonna sink this bad boy.
Nothing's gonna
Until it
stand in
did.
our way.
Had
This
whole
ship-
systems to
This ship in
prevent-
particular ain't going down.
Nope.
No,
Nothing can
but
sink it.
Well,
then an
There you
iceberg
go.
came
That was
along.
that was the little thing. Yeah, I think it was,
they really didn't
I think,
think
it was just the way
that one through, yeah.
to get through. They didn't
Well, I don't
it
think it's that
through.
they didn't think it through.
I think the designer was on board and everything.
I think they
I-
thought it through very well, but wasn't it the fact that whoever was in like the periscope didn't see?
Yeah, they
the-
just weren't watching.
or the crows, maybe not the periscope.
Plus, they were
The
traveling a lot
crows.
faster than
The
usual.
crows.
I think that was
I have
also
no
a thing.
idea.
They were traveling a lot faster than you would normally travel.
Oh, they were trying to speed run.
Yeah,
There's something to do with,
they
like,
didn't
one of the
see. They
people-
didn't think their
Am I
speed run
right?
through.
They didn't think it through. I got another one, or will I wait? Because
Go
that one
for
was
it.
kind of a
Turtle
quick.
guy, throw. Go for
The
it.
Google Stadia. They didn't
Google
think that
what's it?
through.
The Google Stadia.
Woo.
It's like the digital software that Google made in order to try
Like
and
the
compete against.
streaming games.
Was that like their
Oh.
Steam or something? I remember.
Yeah,
that.
it was, but
Yeah.
it turned Google Chrome essentially into a PlayStation or like the console itself, so you could stream games perfectly.
I remember
long
one
as you had a
game
good
that was
internet
going
connection.
to the Stadia, and
Hmm.
it also counts as they didn't think it through. Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, whoever made Marvel
The game
Avengers
with such
didn't
high
think it through.
hopes.
Turtle Guy
They
has
didn't
a
think it
very,
through.
very soft spot for that game.
I actually, to this
thought it
day,
was-
still haven't finished it.
I
I
played some
fell
of it,
through the floor,
and he's still falling.
exited the
Wake
game,
up.
and deleted it.
I finished it and the
Never came
Wakanda
back.
DLC. I don't know if I played the Spider-Man DLC. I actually can't remember.
Didn't. You played the Black Panther DLC and then
Yeah.
you got out of there.
Yeah,
You
then I
didn't get
zipped.
to play the Thor, fucking, oh, I think it was Spider-Man, and then they did Jane Thor or Mighty Thor or Jane Foster Thor, and then they did Winter Soldier. Then I think it wasn't a DLC, but a skin they released basically on the very last day was like you can turn Iron Man into War Machine.
No,
And
so
that
it wasn't
was-
even like a new. Oh wow, that
No,
is
I think they
lame.
were planning for it to be
No,
a
they were
character.
meant. Yeah, they had so many. There was apparently so many things. Like there was gonna be like a She-Hulk. They had the lines and everything. I've heard voice lines, and like they had this whole story, like be like a Kree invasion or something. You
Yeah,
just
well,
didn't
that
think
didn't.
it through.
No, but they thought Guardians of the
I
Galaxy.
like
through,
how
that
that's
game
how we're
stopped.
dying. I didn't realize how much we were gonna say they didn't think this true.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Just to remind
repeat
everyone
that.
what the topic
It
is.
seems like Hoover
Yeah.
didn't think the title through.
This topic, I did not think this topic true.
No, but gentlemen, if I may get your attention for a little bit,
No.
I would
No,
like
let's
to
move on
bring
to
you on
David.
a little journey.
Thank you, Hoover. I appreciate that.
I would like to.
Sorry. Continue.
I'd like to bring
I'm
you on a
not.
little journey to France. Now, can any
Okay.
of you
Yeah,
give
you're
me a
right. They did not
guess?
think that through. Who let those fuckers breed?
No. Does anyone know how many train stations are in France?
A lot.
More than 2.
Apparently, there's okay. This might not actually be okay. This probably isn't right, but basically, France paid $20 billion for trains because they needed to like get more trains because they needed to like have new technology to transport the people of the country.
Okay.
However, whoever was in charge of choosing the model of the train and perhaps in charge of looking at the dimensions of said train, they didn't do their job very well because it turned out that after spending $20 billion for trains, 1,860 new trains ended up being too wide for 1,300 stations. So that meant that France's government couldn't use $20 billion worth of trains that they paid for. So they didn't. I'm pretty sure that counts as something that they did not think it through.
They not have like
Would-
sold them on. Add some, make it train.
Yeah, do they
car.
still have these like
No,
20
they were
billion
too
Engine-
wide. It wasn't they were
euros
too
worth
long.
of trains?
I mean, I don't know what happened to them actually, but I'm gonna see.
Is
if
there
I
like
can...
a train
I have
graveyard in
them. I
France
have them
now?
all. I live in them.
I
Could I,
don't.
could I buy a train?
I
David,
live
where
in
did
a train.
you
could
where did
make,
you
like, a little-
get
you
together
could make a
20
train
billion
into a
euros?
restaurant.
No, but
I don't know. I didn't think it through.
I did
just
some
took
stuff in Europe in the 1960s.
But they literally couldn't fit on the train tracks. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, yeah. When was this?
This was.
Yesterday.
Hang on.
Last Tuesday.
2014 apparently.
Oh,
that's
I was
recent.
thinking this was like the 1800s.
Yeah.
No, what
What the
trains?
fuck?
No, in 2014.
They really
yeah.
didn't think that through.
They had trains in the 80s. Have you ever seen any cowboy movie
No,
ever?
but I mean, but $20 billion worth of trains is a lot of money back
Yeah,
then.
but I thought that
don't
was
know.
adjusted for
20 billion was
inflation.
a
I thought that
lot
was
more
like
back then.
$5 back in the day.
$5 of trains.
I don't know, man. I don't fucking work for big
$5
inflation. I don't know the
inflates to
logistics.
2 billion.
20 billion.
20.
Now I could give
Even
you
more.
$1.
Apparently
I
they
think that
tried
number is wrong, by the way. I don't think there's 20 billion in the whole wide world.
$20.5
what
kind of
billion
loser
I'm
Dollars.
pretty
Train
sure
enthusiasts.
like some countries like 30 billion in debt, so I'm pretty sure 20 billion.
To
exists
whom?
somewhere.
The sun?
I don't.
I don't
Maybe
know.
maybe that's
It's
what
more
we
like-
Themselves?
think through.
I always hear that. It's like, oh, we owe money. Or our government
I
owes
never
money to
understand
this
how a country
person.
can be in debt.
It's because they take loans to keep their economy afloat.
From
for other
who?
people.
But, like,
probably
from-
the
yeah,
EU.
Who's
Who-
this
UN or the
fucking
World Bank?
loans?
international loan shark that we should beat up and steal money from?
It's either the UN or the
Who's
EU.
this?
I don't know which, or the International
Okay,
Bank
well
or whatever.
let's blow up those governing bodies.
Look,
No,
but
let's
they-
I
not.
might not be
There's
thinking
never
it's
a
true,
name.
but can we not just erase world debt? Can all the governments not
That
just like
would
start
be
from zero and
an
like erase
abs-
like
Or
what
just
bad is that going
reset the
to?
world. Let's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
let's
can
do a
we
new
just-
game
can we do a
plus
new
real
Like,
game
can we
quick.
just reset the economy? It's like how's that going to destroy the world? I don't see it.
Can we
I might
just,
not be
like,
smart enough. But if we
deal
just
in, like,
reset the
for
economy,
money?
I feel like that would have a lot of impacts.
Why don't we just give everyone $5 and then say, okay, everything in the world now costs $5? You can buy one thing and then you'll die. That's how I would run the world. That's not this
Let's
episode's
just start
topic, though.
robbing, like,
That doesn't sound like a very.
oh, just have a bunch of babies and then take their $5.
What the fuck?
The
Turtle
baby
guy.
isn't born. It doesn't come out with the $5. You have to give it the
Turtle guy,
$5.
we know that you like stealing
I
candy
have
from
to
babies,
give him the
but
$5.
you don't have to bring that into
Where's the
everything.
$5 come from?
David's new magical government that he didn't think
Fuck,
through.
you're right. The ombudsman.
Well,
In my
also
world, the
that this
ombudsman isn't a
international
government
loan
body.
shark is.
It's one man who has several $5 bills.
Okay.
I say, screw this man,
Reining us back into the topic, I have
please.
a fun
Wait,
story
hang on, no, wait,
about
real quick,
myself.
real quick. I'm only
Oh,
after
yeah?
seeing a little
Yeah?
addendum. To that train, apparently, 300 of the stations that were too wide, or that were deemed too narrow for the new thick trains, apparently the government had been trying to, I'm quoting here, discreetly widen the train track for so that the,
Discreetly wide.
yeah, so
The
that
president
the
of
public
How do you
France
even
was
do that?
single-handedly
Yeah,
chiseling
I'm
out
just
bricks.
imagining a guy
So
in
the
a
public wouldn't know
in
the
the
error.
metro.
in the train station in the middle of the
Yeah,
night.
it's several people in just like tuxes and suits and like with hats and like fake mustaches, and they're just like slowly chipping away at tunnels until like they're wide.
They won't notice.
Yeah, they're just tiny, like taking like a millimeter by millimeter every day before, like they know when the wide trains are gonna
pops
arrive in the station, so they're like timing it so that every time someone passes, they just whittle out a little bit. It's like the Great
This is
Escape.
why all the train stations in France should have been built with Spy Kids technology to get widening and narrowing always.
Don't they do that in Harry Potter as well in the double decker bus?
They should have just
Yeah.
teleported. Why do they need a bus? We're not going back into that one, but
Pink bus, purple bus.
I remember the Lego.
But,
set
you know
doing
what
they
that
didn't
more
think
than the
through?
actual movie.
What?
cars.
What,
Like the movie?
or the vehicle?
Yeah,
What did they not think
Pixar's
Oh, yeah.
cars.
So many
How do
Pixar
they
films.
fuck?
Whoa, we don't need to know that.
No,
I
no.
have.
If we're gonna,
I need
if
to
we're
know
really
that.
gonna get
You
into
may
cars,
not, but I do.
There's a very funny scene in Cars, where our main characters Sally and Lightning McQueen are driving through not the town but like the outskirts of the town. They're going on a nice
And
like
he sees her butt.
no. But actually it's going that direction.
I'm not comfortable with
At
this
one
conversation.
point, Sally
Yeah, he sees
must
a
have
little tramp
drive through a patch of mud because Lightning McQueen gets covered in mud. Yeah.
Mhm.
But when you cuts back to the back of Sally, she doesn't drive through any mud.
Well, no, how would it?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fact that you see your little tramp stamp.
Well, no, how would it?
What?
If
What?
if Lightning McQueen already got cut in mud, why would it cut back to Sally then driving through mud?
No, but it shows like the piece of road behind Sally as well, and there's no
Oh,
mud
right.
on that piece of road. So where did the mud come from?
Well, isn't like
That
the
doesn't
Pixar-
concern me. What concerns
isn't
me
like the
is
Pixar theory that they're all
everything
actually
biological about
insects?
the cars.
Yeah, isn't like the actual
How did
Pixar
they
theory
die?
that they're all insects, like with a vehicular exoskeleton?
That's because it's the Pixar theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about if you take cars on its own, they are just cars. They have wheels and they eat grease.
They don't eat. They drink.
They
it.
get built, I'm pretty sure. It's like
But they
robots.
must eat because they have. First of all, they have
Drink fuel.
toilets
And they have diners.
and wasabi,
Yeah, they eat wasabi. And they
and he
drink
thinks
fuel.
it's ice cream, so they at least have ice cream as well.
You know, I'm starting to
That means
think
they
of
look attractive.
most of these.
But that's not
Pixar
the important
movies.
question. There are child cars that grow up in those universes. How do the
What
cars
about the
grow up?
doors?
They
Why
get
is
spare
the
parts and then
door?
they just
It's
grow.
clearly organic metal.
Yeah, that's
How
like,
do they
it's
build
like the Terminator.
anything?
It's like the
How do they
Terminator.
build it?
It's not organic metal because
It's just metal.
But how do you know that?
They can
But it
rust.
has to grow.
Are the rust-covered ones lepers?
No.
Is
it's
there
just old
uh,
age?
car Christ?
It's just old age.
There
Well,
must
there's
be, 'cause there's a car
isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. What do they do?
Yeah, wait, hold
Fucking
on.
slash his
There's
tires on the hill of Calvary or something?
I think I
How do they
mentioned
fucking
this
do that?
before. Popemobile in cars has bulletproof glass. Is there guns in cars?
Yes,
There are. They use
They
weapons
use
in the
them
second
cars
movie.
Too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they have
forgot about that.
missiles
Okay,
and everything.
While we're speaking about questionable Christs, can we talk about the Grinch?
Sure.
I'm going to talk about the Grinch.
And I want it on record, Doc Hudson was my favorite Cars, and let's move on to the Grinch.
He dies. How does a car die?
Engine
Someone
blow
tell
up.
me how a car
Does
dies.
he
You
not
can
get
replace
crushed?
I
the
assume
old age.
if they crash too much,
They get scrapped.
Yeah, is that not what literally
eaten?
happens?
possibly.
Happened
And
in
then
the
what, do they make a
second
new
one.
car out of that? This is going into Night at the Museum
We're-
levels of confusing.
We're really breaking
Um,
into this. Yeah, like do they
I
use the
might
corpses
need
of
to.
old cars to build new cars?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe every car in the Cars universe
But
is
if they
just
do
like a
that, then
Frankenstein
who
mess.
builds the new cars?
Who? Yeah, we need to see a car factory. And how does it work if you're
Yeah.
inside another vehicle?
And
If you're
how do they
inside a
make all
plane,
this
does that
technology in the
feel
first
nice?
place?
I don't know.
Suspicious. But yeah, the Grinch. So they have Christmas in the Grinch. Christmas
Okay,
obviously derives its name from Christ. Now, this begs several
Yes, it's
questions.
Christ
The Santa
masses.
Claus. So, in the Grinch, they live in a snowflake, but they have Christmas. But they're not humans. They're humans. They're who's. So,
Yeah.
was Jesus a who, or do they celebrate the same Christianity that humans do? And is their Santa the same Santa that delivers presents to us, or is there a
Just had
tiny
a brainwave.
microscopic Santa that delivers snowflake presents to the who's? Those are my two questions about the Grinch. Answer them now, please.
I would
Please,
assume
I don't
please,
have an
please.
answer.
that I would
But
assume
there's
that the
similarities.
Santa is the same Santa for everyone, so he can just magically shrink
He's an
himself.
omnipresent being.
Santa
I can see
has
that,
like
I could allow that.
God-level abilities, and then
Who gave Santa all that power just to have him deliver presents? What a bro.
probably
God.
I don't know, Jesus.
I have a theory.
What
I-
is
I-
oh god.
I figured something out.
This is almost as like dangerous levels of I figured it out levels of from Turtle Guy.
Is the Grinch Jesus? There's a lot of similarities.
He's green.
No, there
Ham
isn't
was
actually.
somewhat
What does that make the mayor? Pontius
immaculately
Pilate? Like,
kept.
what is that
Well, that's
correlation?
The thing. He was shunned
Not
by
everything.
society.
No,
Cindy
he
Lou Who,
wasn't.
aka John the Baptist.
A lot of people looked towards him for guidance. He had a group of
They did at the
followers.
end.
What you didn't see is that.
Oh wait, are we
near
talking about the
end,
Grinch
that-
or?
I don't know anymore.
Both.
I don't even know
think.
who he's referring to. Jesus. So maybe Turtle Guy's right.
Let's.
Okay, so what
Can
we
I-
all
can I
want to take
bring
away
my
from this is that
next-
the Grinch is Jesus. All right, hurry up with your bullshit, and then let him make another point, and then I'm going to start talking about Night at the
Let's-
Museum, and then I'm
let's-
going to.
let's
Oh,
rein
no,
this
no,
back
not
in.
Night in the museum again.
Okay, well I have another one.
I have another story.
Okay, Hoover. Go.
Okay, I will go. Okay, so
Actually, I have to go. I keep talking. I will be back in like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Bro.
do
Don't say any
do we go
adventures.
without.
are we continuing?
So yeah, sure.
Okay,
We can
okay.
talk about whatever we want. Dad's gone.
No, Cyber is none of our fathers.
Yeah, but he has that dad-like authority where he's like, "Don't talk about this traumatic experience." What's he gonna
Okay, well,
do?
let's not talk about that traumatic experience.
Yeah, I don't want to get
Um,
an angry text in 7 years when he edits this that we talked about something he didn't want us talking about. Right? Can you just
Hi,
Seven
stay on
years
the
down the
straight and narrow,
line.
okay?
Okay, so bringing it back to the topic, I have a funny story that about myself, about something I did not think through. Actually,
Oh,
now
personal
realize I have two stories, but I'll do the funnier one first, okay? So back when I was still in school, we went
years
on an
ago?
abroad trip. You
Oh.
might have heard the story already, but we went on an abroad trip to Spain of all places, and
Of all places.
Places.
you know,
Why would you go?
me being the dimbus that I am, forgot
No.
that the plugs here don't have the same plug sockets over in Spain. So I
It
can't
is- it
plug
is a bit of a
something
strange
here in Spain. I need a different plug. And I brought no plug adapters. So for the 3-4 days we were there, I had no way of charging my phone, which I needed to send messages and to take pictures. So
Idiot.
I had recently no. That's not why I didn't think through. I had recently watched a few minutes of this series called MacGyver.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I was gonna joke like, oh,
I'm
I bet you
terrified.
didn't
So
like try to rig
so the
So-
genius that I am, I had my charging cable. Yeah.
Okay, I'm totally
No
with the
plug
story.
adapter. But the genius that I was like, in the hotel we were staying, there was a lamp.
Oh, I know this story.
So, and I had a copper coin. So I was like, I can do something with a lamp, a copper coin, and my charging cable. I can
Sounds like a
fashion
horrible.
something out of
Sounds
this.
horrible.
It sounds like
So-
one
How are you
of
alive?
last words.
First of all, safety first. I unplugged the lamp. You know, made sure it was
smart.
turned off.
S-
Unplugged it.
Safety word
Unscrewed the light bulb.
For
Yeah.
a second, I thought you were going to say the socket.
Where the power goes in. Okay, yeah. I pop my
the power-
charging cable, the USB end in there, and I pop the copper bit in there as well, the copper coin in there as well.
What were you hoping the copper coin would achieve?
How many Class A drugs did you take before you
conduct
started this fucking little experiment?
Electricity.
This is insane.
No drugs.
Wait,
This
You
was
sound like Dr.
pure
Frankenstein.
sober thoughts.
to conduct electricity.
Yeah, I thought, I plug in the lamp sends electricity up to where the light bulb goes into the copper coin, goes
I
into
didn't
the
realize
USB
that's what
cable,
you did.
charges my phone.
I thought you just
Cyber-
plugged it into the wall. I never knew this. I never knew that you fashioned like a machine, an industrial age
Cyber-
machine.
I have always mentioned that I've tried to fashion
I
a
forgot about
freaking
this.
charging phone charger out of this. I've never left this part out of the story.
Well,
Anyway,
I wasn't paying attention then.
My MacGyver phone charger was made. All I had to do was plug it in. Yeah. Nothing could go wrong, of course. I had seen 5 minutes of MacGyver. He doesn't make a phone charger at all. So, if all went right, I should have a charged phone in like 2 minutes because I thought so much electricity is going to go into this. It's going to charge instantly. Nothing could go wrong.
The power of Zeus. is
So,
the power of the hotel.
plug in the lamp. I turn the lamp on. And, what do you think happened? Come on.
Well, I know what happened.
I think you died, and I've been
Come on.
speaking to a fucking ghost for the past 6 years.
Okay, well, David, you're wrong.
You didn't
Hoover is
blow
the
up the whole
Avogadro.
place.
Turtle guy, I didn't blow up the
Yeah,
whole
we're living
place.
on transit.
I actually
We're actually
have
recording in the bus.
a fully charged phone now that doesn't die. No, that's not what happened.
Your
What
phone
happened
exploded.
is, no, it didn't.
No.
But
No.
several fuses did.
Yeah,
Several
I figured
fuses
you probably
exploded.
knocked out some power. And did you send any smoke into the air?
knocked off the electricity to the whole hotel.
Wow,
you
that's
did.
actually impressive.
That is. I
Didn't
didn't. I wouldn't
anyone
have expected
find
something
out?
like that
Hold
would have
on,
a
did
chain
anyone
reaction.
find
I
That
think
out
that's
where
like
it
mild
just-
terrorism. That's like an
The
actual
only
crime.
person,
That's
the
like
only
the
person that
first step
knows-
in like an Ocean's 11 heist.
Don't
You just-
do this,
Yeah.
listeners.
You had
I
someone
was-
downstairs fucking.
the
Oh, you're
only
a
person that
genius.
knows was
I'm
my
writing that one
friend that
down.
was staying in the room with me. And I remember it so well because I was explaining before I plugged the lamp in, I was explaining to him, I was like, dude, don't worry, I'm just going to MacGyver a phone charger. It's going to be
How
fine.
smugly did you explain it?
I was like, dude, this is going to work. Trust me, bro. And he did. And when I cut the power up to the hotel, for like the next 10 minutes, he was like, you are a fucking idiot. I just had to let you fucking MacGyver the shit out of this. Why did I let you do? Like, he was giving out to himself for letting me be an idiot. Anyway, so the power's off to the hotel, and the coin I used, I still have to this day, has like
Really?
two, like electric, like it has two. It's melted in two places
Of course
Yeah.
it is.
That's
from where I
incredible.
from the lamp socket, I still have it to this day.
So many times have family members tried to like rig and rejig stuff. Even recently, I have a story of I don't know if I said it. Car battery was dead, so my brother was trying to charge it up. We didn't have no jump leads.
This
No,
doesn't sound
well,
safe.
we had
So you used your
semi-broken jump
hands.
leads. No. My
Used
brother
Hoover's
had like a
coin.
little battery from a drill and a bit of wire and jump leads that I knew half worked. So he
So you
rigged
had
up the
jump
bit of
leads.
wire to the battery, and then those wires to the jump leads didn't work.
Did I wake
It just
up in an
melted the
episode of
wire.
like Fallout or something? Why the fuck is everyone doing this like nonsense to just
I mean, I have
power things?
I don't. Have I fucked up a power thing?
Look, all I'm saying is,
I stuck my finger in an
amazing.
Ethernet port once.
Oh,
Does that?
I have a story of
I don't
me
think so.
Does that
not
count?
thinking
I don't
something
think
true.
You know those? You know the way there's those little
the
Ethernet
little
ports and it's
flip
got
up.
like a little sliding
Yeah,
hatch.
I actually did the exact same
Yeah.
thing the last time I was.
I slid the hatch up and I stuck my pinky in it. I was like, nothing is happening. How long can I hold this? And then I got fucking electrocuted.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I got a better one. I saw.
I once
people
got
Oh, okay, I didn't
electrocuted
realize it was a
by,
competition.
I cut my chin open.
With electricity? What? Did
Got into a
Electro
scrap
break
with
your
Electro.
house?
With
What?
a razor.
With a vase?
The bro became Spider-Man.
With a
Wait,
razor. What the?
what were you not?
With a
What were you
wait,
not
were you
thinking through, Turtle
shaving?
Guy?
Yes,
Why are you
I
shaving? You were
shaved,
fucking
but
6.
I was 6.
Bro, did you use shaving cream?
No. I was 6, so didn't know shaving cream was necessary.
I was
just
6. I
went
didn't
like,
need
oh,
shaving cream.
My
I
skin
just
was
want to
strong
put this
enough.
on my chin.
Well, you definitely didn't
Don't
think
know
that
the
one
thought
through.
process.
No,
Didn't.
maybe it was
Hoover,
the
you didn't
same
think
the
that
same
through
sober
either.
thoughts I had when I tried to MacGyver a phone charger out of a lamp, a copper coin, and a USB phone charger.
Yeah.
Um,
That would have been
for
a
those
great story
listening,
if it
don't do
worked.
this at home.
No, don't. That's a terrible, terrible idea.
Never.
But hey, I've got a funny story out of it anyway. There was no harm done. All I did
The entire
was
hotel
trip a
went out.
fuse. I just tripped a fuse. That's all I did. They just all they had to do was like get the guy in, and he just opened the fuse box, flipped the switch back up, and the power was back on. They were like, "Weird, what happened there?" And I remember the teacher with us. The teacher with us came into our room, and I was just like to him, "Look, sir, I turned this lamp on, and the power went off. I don't know what happened."
Even the teacher was like,
Anyway,
There's smoke.
I'm a master criminal.
Nice.
No, I
I
joke,
have
I
a
joke.
very recent
I'm just very
example
dumb.
of they didn't think it through.
I also have more examples, but it's okay.
I
Go for
have.
it. I wanna
So,
hear
it
these things that
happened
people
yesterday.
didn't think true. Okay.
So, Marvel released a series yesterday called Secret
Oh.
Invasion.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they literally, the thing that makes it so funny is the thing that caused all the aggro was they used an AI to do the intro. But the thing
Yeah.
is, it wasn't even that they hid. They were proud. They literally published an article like, yes, that is AI. We used it to show how it reflects the series. And people were like, you lazy fuckers, hire some animators.
Yeah. That's...
Yeah,
I
they
think it
did
was
not
just-
think that true.
Oh,
The public
so-
outlash was
the
big.
public outlash was like, you could
Not
create, you
foreseen.
don't need AI, just draw something cool. Doesn't even look cool.
Yeah, it's just that kind of generic art style that keeps changing, like in all of the TikTok trends that you see.
I suppose even you could go as far, did the people that invent AI, did they not think it through?
No, they thought
Really
it was
not.
cool. They knew what they were doing.
I
Although
don't
it went
know.
out of control, kind of vaguely quickly,
Yeah.
but they knew what they were doing initially. But that also
Right,
brings me
Simon.
on to my next thing. I just opened up the wrong tab on my computer. Give me a brief
You have
second.
tabs?
I have tabs. So
You had it on
Simon did his
fairly
research,
full
as we were
time.
saying earlier.
let me bring you on
I did
another
my
journey.
research for my one.
Are we all ready to go on another journey? with me?
No.
with
I'm
me?
ready. I'm ready.
Okay, great. So, close your eyes, take in a deep breath, and just project yourself into Colorado. Okay?
I won't do any of that, but continue.
I think
Yeah,
my
that's the one
microphone's
with
been
the-
muted for a little while. That
It
was pretty
has
cool.
been. Yeah, it has
Yeah,
been.
you have been
muted.
silent for a while.
I thought you did it
Why didn't no one
deliberately.
tell me?
Because I thought you did it.
I made
thought you
some
were, like,
I
banger
muttering
thought you were
on-
doing
Scroll
some
Goodman.
research. I thought you were doing some
Me?
good research, and I was like,
Why would he mute
I don't
it?
know.
I made a Scroll Goodman joke, and now no one will ever hear it.
I thought you were just eating like chips or something. But basically,
Well, I won't hear it for two reasons.
I muted it to cough, and obviously just never unmuted it. Oh well. Well,
right.
I'm never listening to this podcast because none of me in it. No.
Wow. Okay. Oof.
Okay,
And
Cyber,
there's the narcissism.
right.
Where in Colorado are we?
So I think it's specifically Springfield. I'm not going to name any names, but this is just an interesting
And Homer
story.
Simpson
Simpsons?
And this
dumped
happened.
pig shit in the lake, and a
this
dome was
happened-
placed upon Springfield.
This happened this May.
You didn't think?
So basically,
And
a
they were
poli-
in dismay.
a police officer
I'm making
was
up for lost time.
driving down the road, and or
Good.
just parked and like watching for other kind of just looking after the roads. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this reckless driver flies past or does
Out of
something. I don't
nowhere.
actually know what they did specifically, but they were a reckless driver. So then the police
Okay.
put on the sirens, followed them, and they were like, "Hey, you gotta pull in. We gotta see what's going on here. You're not driving very nice." So they did, and then basically, when the police officer got out, walked to the window, presumably as usual, they looked in the car window, and they did not see what they would have expected. It was not a person, a man under the influence of drink or drugs sitting in the driver's
Please
seat.
be a
was a
fucking
dog.
chimpanzee. I'm gonna freak out if it's a
He
chimpanzee.
he was the man that was under the influence of drugs and or drink was in the passenger seat. Instead, sitting proudly in the driver's seat was a dog. And it turns out that while the police officer approached, they were watching the entire process as the driver tried to switch places with his dog who was in the passenger seat, and then try and proceed to convince the police officer that the dog was driving the car the entire time.
What the dog doing?
And apparently, I think. Hang on, let me say. I don't want to say anything wrong here, but oh yeah, the guy when the officer actually asked what was actually going on, the guy just attempted to flee. And he was apprehended 20
Sounds like a
yards
pretty
from the vehicle.
driven dog.
Pretty one and done. They didn't think that true.
But they
you
were
know.
driving 20 to 24 miles per hour over the speed limit, and the
Oh,
dog.
it's
Damn
gonna be like
dogs.
20 miles ain't that
The
fast.
dog was not sighted, and the police did not identify any telling marks such as the breed.
Was the car they pulled over sort of a groovy looking van from the 60s with mystery machine spray painted on the side of it? by any chance?
I
Because
don't know,
This
but
guy,
I think I know
Was
the
it a
culprit.
great dash hound?
I don't know. But
No,
they
a Great Dane.
refused-
Was it a Great Dane?
Great Dane.
Great Dane.
I don't know, but
See,
as far
dash
as
them.
I could tell, they refused to share any
Can
identifying
you run a red
details
light
of the
and then the dog goes, "Sorry, officer,
in
I'm
order to protect the
colorblind."
privacy of the dog.
Sorry,
So-
officer. I was driving recklessly.
Recklessly. Oh, that's
No,
not
dogs are
Shaggy. What the fuck,
colorblind.
you're Scooby. But basically, yeah, the driver did not think that through. They thought that the dog would be a convincing getaway driver, but it turns out that the
I'm
only
literally
thing
just
that he
picturing the
was
scene
driving
from Scooby Doo
is into
2.
the pound.
Why did you say that like Chris Hansen? What the fuck?
I don't know.
The only thing he was driving was to the pound.
My voice kind of inflected weirdly there. But yeah, he didn't think that through. And they're the kind of not thinking through that I kind of enjoy. Like, there's the kind of absolute weird stuff that no one gets hurt. but,
I
like,
think
it's
he
still
thought
kinda
it through. I think he just thought it through very poorly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
You
what's,
see, he got one
No,
of
To
those.
somewhat, poorly quote Always Sunny, we should not make plans based on what happens in episodes of Scooby Doo. Which I agree with, mostly. But not really. I think we should make all of our plans based on what happens in Scooby Doo.
He definitely
Personally?
did think some of that through. You know, his drunk thoughts were like,
Yeah.
if the dog is in front of the wheel,
Drunk actions
The
are
police
sober
officer
thoughts, or whatever that
might
phrase
just
is.
believe the dog was driving and not me.
You would not
depends,
believe
'cause
your eyes.
He didn't question.
It's
the
far
dog. He
easier to
questioned the
believe
dog. He could've
A
ran
drunk
away.
man got into a car
If he
with a dog
questioned
at the
the
wheel,
dog.
then a drunk man was driving. It's far easier to believe that.
I believe it.
The guy's getting arrested and the dog's like, Good.
Hey, I'm
Part
good.
of the
Snitch.
plan.
But in this case, it truly was. What the dog doing?
Because that dog was actually a crime lord, but
Yeah, they didn't catch on to
The
that.
man was just like, no, it wasn't me. It was the dog. The dog made me do it.
I have another thing, if you want.
Another thing?
Yeah, another pretty
Another.
interesting thing that wasn't really
Well, we're
thought
all
through.
ears.
So basically, let me take you
I've
on
got
another
two.
trip.
It's medically frightening.
Actually,
but this
really
time-
quick, you know what they didn't think through?
That's what they
Spy
said about
Kids.
Torgo.
Which Spy Kids was it? The one where the villain has all the hand people and ear
first
people.
one?
Floops, Floops,
They didn't think
Fluglies? Are you
that
talking about
through.
Floops, Fluglies?
I think so because
madman,
they
help
kind of
us, save us.
terrified me as a child. You know.
Well, okay, so what
I
you're
was
okay?
afraid
Let me
the
alright, let me
thumb-
break
the
it down
thumb
for you.
pe-
Because
the thumb heads were gonna get me.
Spy Kids 1, you're looking at Floops, Fluglies, alright. He had the thumbs. He had his little sidekick that got all twisted around and had a million hands and
Minion.
feet and faces. He also had the Floops, Fluglies, which were those horrifying freaks of nature. And if you reverse the footage, they say, "Floop is a madman, help us, save us."
Oh,
Several
I remember
times.
that.
What the frick?
The second one is Spy Kids 2, The Mysterious Island, with Steve Buscemi saying that fucking quote about God's creations, which is fucking wild
My
for
That is
a
like-
baby
yeah.
movie. But it also had
is.
all those animal hybrids. Third one was
Third one-
Spy Kids Game Over, starring Sly Stallone as the toy maker.
And the fourth one
George
the one
Clooney
you
was
could
there for a
smell.
minute. And then he turned into Sly Stallone.
yes.
He was like, "Oh, I'm the toy maker." I was like almost Arnold. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, this is irrelevant. It's also the second time we brought up Spy Kids on this.
Yeah. There's also a fourth one and another one coming soon with everyone's favorite Shazam.
Is he,
Zachary
Zachary
Levi?
Levi.
is he the spy kid?
Zachary, yeah. No, he's a spy kid.
Is he gonna play the Spy Kid?
He just goes Shazam and turns into the Billy.
Yeah.
And he's
You know
just Spy
Megan
Kid.
Trainor married Junie Cortez.
I don't know who.
I know Cyber has absolutely no idea who any
Yep.
of the people I just said out.
I
It's not-
I
it's not
do
a- it's not a
know
single
this
person.
actually. I do know this.
I have no
Jesus,
idea.
what the fuck?
But one thing that I do know is
Bet they-
Wales.
they
So
thought that
everyone,
too.
let's cast your mind. Let's
Wait,
go to Wales.
wait, are you talking about hell?
Yeah, we're going to hell. Guy, you watch our
Wales on
Sandman
Earth?
commentary track if you
Oh,
want.
I thought you meant
context for that
Wales
joke.
is in the animal. I
No,
was
not-
like, what
no,
have
not-
Wales not thought true?
No, no, we're going to Wales.
What's wrong?
Why did they give those
That wasn't a
motherfuckers
very good
legs?
sentence, Charles.
Basically, there's a guy, and he's about
Okay.
to
This
commit
is a guy. You
The
really tell
biggest
stories like Chris
heist
Hansen. I live
of
for
his
that. Though.
entire life.
I live for
So
this
there's
shit.
this guy.
This is a man.
What
he's
kind
a,
of a guy?
He's a criminal mastermind. He's planned
Okay.
You
all
talking
of
about
this
me?
down to a T. He's going to commit a heist that he thought up of apparently in about half an hour, and he was robbing.
Is this the plot of the movie 30 minutes or less?
I doubt it. Basically, there's a guy in Wales. He goes to his local bank and he just uses his bank as normal. It's his local bank. But then apparently, while he was engaging in banking and banking related activities at his local branch, he decided that he wanted to be a little bit devious. He wanted to be a little bit goofy. So he left, and then half an hour later, he returned as a master criminal. And he did this flawlessly. He executed his plan absolutely incredibly. He hid, sorry, hided is not a word.
He didn't think that one through.
He hid his identity successfully by putting socks over his shoes, by wearing sunglasses, and by putting his hood up. Half an hour after he was just in the same room. And also, to make sure that everyone took him seriously in this heist of the millennium, he came armed with a bread knife. So basically,
Why did he the socks thing? That's a weird one.
presumably to stop people from tracking his footprints, I guess. But it turns out he didn't actually think this master plan through because he didn't get any money.
Shocked
No
me
one like took him seriously. Apparently, an old man who was just there offered him £20 to leave, which is kind of funny. And then the alarm went off and he ran away, and then he was just caught really, really quickly, apparently. Because... Oh, yeah, okay, apparently I'm using the website Cracked for this shout out. Apparently the authorities were able to find him even quicker
Crack.com.
because when he was in the bank moments before when he left the first time, he was there to update his address. So he updated his address, left, came back half an hour later, failed to rob it, and then the police just went to the address, and then he went to prison. So yeah, I don't think he thought that through. He tried, at least we'll give him that, but he didn't really get anything far. He didn't get any money. He didn't get any profits.
What a fucking idiot.
Okay, I'm glad.
That's the name of this
everyone
episode,
knows
isn't
that.
What a fucking idiot.
I'm glad the silence was just there because
that was a good story. That was a good story, Cyber. But,
Hey, I said what a fucking idiot.
I was doing a bit of
That
research
wasn't a they didn't
Ah,
think
for
welcome
some
to
more
the
it was a
they
he
didn't think this true moments, and I found a list of quotes from several movies where the characters don't think the situation through, and the first one. The first one is a quote from the Iron Giant.
Okay.
So it goes, Rogard, that missile is targeted to the Giant's current position. Where's the Giant, Mansley? Mansley looks over his shoulder to see the Giant standing right behind him. Mansley, oh.
What a fucking banger movie.
I cannot remember that movie at all. I need to watch that again.
Mansley's a fucking idiot.
Is that's a Disney animated classic, right?
Nope.
Nope.
It's
Oh,
not
is
a
that
Disney
not
movie.
Disney?
Nope.
Oh.
Don't give that credit to
It's
Disney.
It's a Warner Brothers joint.
Oh right, I was gonna say it.
Disney.
I wonder why they would.
It's
ever do
Warner
live
Brothers.
Cyber, it's a good movie.
action. Hey, Stitch was pretty good.
Some Disney movies are pretty good. I like Hercules, so.
Yeah, Hercules also.
Hercules is great.
Hey, here's something they didn't think through. Making a Hercules movies for children. Because if they go and read the actual Hercules story, they'll be very scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like.
Also, it's Heracles.
It's
We're talking
children.
Greek.
They can't read.
Heracles.
Hercules is the Roman version.
Hercules.
Hercules.
I love that
He
movie.
went the distance. It's
He
so
did.
good.
You know what? They actually haven't thought through for the live action Hercules.
Just reusing.
It was announced a while back. Did anyone see those TikTok musicals that were around a lot? There was one of Bridgerton.
No,
There was one of Ratatouille.
I'm not on
basically-
TikTok, so.
There was musicals inspired by shows or random things, and people on TikTok were putting together like musicals for these shows on TikTok. So like you could see that like people were adding new songs here and there, and then suddenly you had a whole musical
Oh,
for the
that's
show
cool.
that wasn't originally a musical. And the people directing Hercules, the live action, announced recently they were like, "Oh yeah, this new live action movie, it's going to be heavily inspired by all those recent surges of TikTok musicals." So
Oh god.
I
Oh no.
don't have high hopes for this movie.
Well, I feel like that's just a lot of movies now in general, which is the sad state of Hollywood.
I don't think though it's Hollywood for me. I think it's just Disney, you know.
Yeah, Disney own a lot of Hollywood though. But yeah, no, I get that. Although the Flash, I wasn't particularly excited for.
They didn't think that through.
Yeah, I don't think there was a single. scene of
No.
Yeah, like I told, there's a character they bring back in the Flash, of which
That's got a lot of outlash. I know who you're on about.
Yeah, it's a pretty
I
dark
need-
thing, so we're probably not going to get into
Yeah.
too much detail.
it's not.
certainly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just didn't
but
want to.
fuck those guys. That's a fucking
like,
awful thing.
You know
I
what they
hate it.
really didn't think through is they were like, "Hey, let's cancel Batwoman and
Yeah, I'm
keep the
still
movie
confused about
that has like the attacker in it. Let's do that."
The attacker.
Yeah, I
Batwoman.
forget the what's the word I'm looking for.
I know.
Flash.
I know what you mean.
The Flash.
I can't. Yeah, but like, I can't.
Criminal.
Yeah, the criminal. They were like, let's get rid of this Batwoman thing that has Brendan Fraser in it. That people love that Brendan Fraser guy. Anyway, this movie, people hate this guy. Let's keep it.
Yeah, it's
You know?
weird. I have another thing.
Well, like, what
People
thought
think-
goes through people's heads? You know?
Nothing. That's the whole point of the episode, Hoover, because they didn't think it
Head
through.
empty.
Head empty, just straightforward.
Head empty.
But yeah, I have one. Actually, I have two. Apparently, there was a lawyer way back in ye olden times. I'm not entirely sure when, but he was trying to
Back in
prove,
the 18th century.
he was trying to prove. I don't know. He was trying to prove that his client didn't commit a murder or something by showing that a gun could accidentally be used to kill. Like them. Oh, hang on. Let me find the exact thing. But while I'm searching for
While
this-
you're looking that
Well,
up,
no,
I've
I
got
have
one in
I
a
have
similar
another one,
vein.
I have another one. While I'm
Go,
looking this
are
up,
you hogging the episode over here?
Let's hear from David. Let's hear from David.
I
It's been a
have
while since we've heard
yes.
from David.
No, you had 3 stories
I've
down.
had two.
You had
David
3.
was also muted a bit for this episode. Give him some.
That was his own
Let him have his
mistake.
voice.
Mine's quick. Mine's quick. Anyway, mine's a quick one. Mine's.
Go for it.
And Cyber, you get your
You
story.
see those
fetched together.
guys? Yeah,
What
you do
guys?
your fucking research, alright, in your
I
fucking
haven't.
library while I tell my very quick, probably.
Valen
story.
Diggum.
Do you see those guys who tried stopping a fucking Desert Eagle bullet with a dictionary and fucking died? They didn't think that one through.
You think they test it like?
They
on a
tried doing
dummy
some
first.
fucking video where they basically were trying to see if they could stop a bullet with a dictionary or like an encyclopedia, some thick book, and they got fucking shot in the chest and died. So
They really didn't.
they didn't think that one
You
through.
gotta go with a phone book.
You gotta do
Yeah,
it. The
but I think it could have been a
Mythbusters way
phone book. It was
first,
something
you know?
like that, like some fucking
You gotta
Mythbusters.
get
But like,
behind the
don't use your
glass
actual
shield
chest.
and shoot several dictionaries and then test it in real life after you've done about like
Yeah.
50 Mythbuster tests. You gotta Mythbuster
Yeah.
it first, you know?
Don't just jump straight to putting it in front of a vital organ and
Yeah,
pulling
that's
the trigger.
That's really not thinking the truth.
That's an interesting approach.
Hmm.
But anyway, Cyber, have you finished your research?
Cyber, you now have your time that you were so greedy for.
Basically, there was a lawyer who attempted to prove that the victim had accidentally shot himself while trying to draw his pistol from his pocket. And in order to prove that in the courtroom, he accidentally shot himself by drawing the pistol from his pocket. That's.
Well, I guess he proved it though, right? I mean,
he did. But
I mean, I think he did think that true.
yeah, but
know?
also, more importantly, the bigger thing is that let me take you on a journey. Let's go to another place, but this time we're not going to a place, we are going to a company. We're going to the company that everybody loves right now. We're going to Blizzard. And Blizzard make a game. They make many games. I think don't they make Diablo? Don't they make Diablo? I think they do.
They
make
make Diablo.
Apparently, Diablo 4 is supposed to actually be good. So, but I don't know. So don't
Yeah,
take my
Diablo
word for
4
that.
is meant to be amazing.
Yeah, but do you know what they don't make? Or that is amazing currently. And it's the first game in a long time that I've genuinely just quit playing. Overwatch 2. And the reason I'm saying that they didn't think that
What a
through is
letdown.
because they made and designed Overwatch 2 in order to add in a story campaign and single player activities. And recently they announced that Overwatch 2 is no longer going to have a story campaign and single player activities. I
It
think
might be
Huh.
a few missions.
yeah,
Isn't that
some of
why
the
we bought
missions
the
are being,
game,
like,
Cyber?
season things. Yeah, we actually spent money on it, which is annoying. It's really annoying, actually. And yeah, and they shoved all the skins in the thing. I don't like season passes. I've come to that thing.
Season passes are annoying.
Halo Infinite does them well. Well, okay, I don't know what they have in them, but the
No, I don't
core
think
idea-
anything does them well.
no,
Season passes just are annoying.
The core idea that I agree with Halo Infinite is that you don't have to complete the season pass within the season. So once you buy the season pass, they never run out. So you can just choose what pass to put experience into while you play. So that means technically they never disappear. I'm a fan of that. I think that's nice. But when
I do like that.
when everything is just like shoved into season passes and skins and stuff, it's annoying. It's very annoying. But yeah, Overwatch 2, they didn't really think that through.
They didn't. They didn't
I still
really
don't
think
actually
that
know
through.
why they scrapped it. Was it just money?
No,
I think it
They
was
just-
kind of a similar
they
thing to
couldn't do it.
Avengers.
They couldn't do it or something like that.
It went too big too fast.
To focus on.
Wow, would you that? There's a pair of 55 magpies outside my window.
Hoover, you don't need to actually shout it to us. You just need to-
55 magpies outside my window.
Hoover, you don't need to actively
Okay, so
shout
let's
it,
see.
you just
One's
need to
bad
let us
luck,
know.
two's bad. Oh, Hoover, you and big duty this time.
Hoover's world just disintegrates around him. He gets Thanos snapped. David's also muted his
No,
mic again, so I don't know if he's.
I'm
actually
just
muted.
surprised
God
about
damn
the
it! I
fact
keep
that
doing
there's
that.
55 magpies outside my window.
Well, none of that matters to us because Hoover, you didn't really think that through because we don't have any skin in the game. It's all you.
You know
buddy.
who
You're
did?
the
What do you mean we
host.
don't have any
Drew?
skin in the
You're
game?
the host. It's
Turtle
up to the
Guy has
host
his
to end
face to
Guys,
save.
can we talk
David
about
has his
President
record
Abraham
to save.
Lincoln?
I can't think it through. There's
I would
55
rather not.
pigeons or whatever the fuck outside Hoover's house.
There is a swarm. What is a group of pigeons? Wait, what did you say? Is that magpies or pigeons?
Magpies. There's now 56
Of
magpies
magpies,
outside
Cole.
my window.
There is a
One for
gulp
sorrow,
of
two for
magpies.
joy,
What the
three
fuck?
for a boy.
The veritable
four for-
dervish.
I don't know.
There's a conventicle,
Four for
or a
joy.
gulp, or a mischief, or a tidings, or a tribe of magpies. Why
Oh,
are there
there's
so many
definitely a
goddamn names?
mischief of magpies outside my window.
Why are there
Has
so
it
many?
gone up to 57?
Wait, owls are
No.
parliaments.
We're still
What
on
the fuck? That's so
56, Turtle Guy.
I think.
Those posh bastards.
But a mischief or a gulp of magpies have surrounded Hoover,
Gulp?
and he's currently being pecked to death.
Go.
So
You like zoinks?
Go.
I don't know what he's
So
gonna
what's
do in
the
this situation.
what's the prognosis? What's the solution?
I don't think there's a protocol.
The
for
fuck
this.
did you
I
just fucking
think-
say?
I think there's only one solution now that there are 57 magpies outside my window. There's only one solution to save me from these magpies.
chair away?
What?
What?
Shake your bussy.
Wait, no.
That?
No. No to Turtle Guy and no to David. Cyber, I'm no to whatever you're going to
I
suggest.
shake my bussy.
I know how. No, what? No. David? Come to
Shake
Jennifer. What? What?
Ah,
Anyway,
Hoover,
Hoover,
take
why don't you carry on?
Listen. Pigeons.
Anyway, if you're wondering what that weird cut was about, David and Turtle Guy just started screaming for no reason.
All the time.
Um,
For 3 hours.
What I'm trying to get at here is, audio listeners, your time is up. With us, that is.
Jesus.
Um,
Your time is up. Turtle Guy's in your walls.
be careful of earthquakes and make sure you have the gun.
No one
Um,
knows what you're on about.
At least
I
that
know what he's
actually
on
Uh,
about.
has a
Yeah, they
reference
do.
on the
If
channel.
they're fucking real
They
fans.
do. They love the
Yeah.
earthquake joke. They love the earthquake joke.
don't.
Anyway, as I promised Cyber and David at the start of this episode, it's time for that signature catchphrase that
Oh,
we
yes.
always end every
Yeah.
Hoover, if
episode
you
I
with.
think,
this
I
up,
think that was
this
actually
episode
before we
doesn't go
started
live.
recording. So
There will be no
one-
doubt that I won't fuck this up, guys, because I know it. I know what the
Of course you
catchphrase
do.
is. I've
Whoa,
always
Cyber!
known.
I
In
can't
fact,
believe you just
I
edited out
made it.
Hoover saying that horrendously offensive phrase.
David, I think you need to check that. That was actually you.
No,
I
well,
need to
go to the edit.
disclaim that no one
Facts.
edited
They
it.
know I'm a
No, edit that out.
ventriloquist.
Blame Hoover.
Anyway, it's time for the catchphrase, and you're about to hear it right now.
We have
Just you
61
wait.
Magpies.
Just you wait. Here's the catchphrase. Thank you all for listening, and just remember these words: Final Fantasy 16 Deluxe Edition Battle Demo World of Valistia Story.
This is
You're
not
welcome,
this is-
listeners.
This is what? This is
Um,
not an ad.
Don't you have to like?
That's the
shout out
catchphrase.
socials
That's the
and stuff?
I
catchphrase.
wouldn't say
No,
that,
no.
Joe,
We
but
just
apparently-
shout out Final Fantasy 16. That's our catchphrase.
Any of us
enough,
played
okay.
a Final Fantasy game? Oh well, you have Hoover, haven't you?
I just went onto the PlayStation Store to search for inspiration. And
while you're recording a podcast.
How dare
No,
you?
That is
no one.
treason.
Brother, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 the entire episode. What are you
No
talking about?
wonder you keep muting your
That
fucking
explains why you're so
microphone.
silent.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I just accidentally
You're
mute my
just
mic because
skinning
I don't
like
want
fucking
fucking me
pigeons.
coughing to pollute the audio. I'm trying to do you a service, and then I
No,
just
but
don't
you'd
talk. For a
rather
minute.
say the most horrendous stuff instead.
No, I think you'll find it was Toga.
I agree. Yeah, so listeners, do you love us? I don't know. I doubt you love us.
What are you in fucking marriage counselling? What was that?
And I've never just kind of got all
Whoever
funny on
needs
it.
to make like a socio. fucking,
One could
connection.
say, I'm not thinking this true. Oh, it
We're
all
just
ties
quoting
back.
Tony Soprano over here. What the fuck?
Whoever, do you want someone to tag you in, good buddy, for like 10 seconds?
No, I've got anyway.
He's drowning in the pool.
So, who we got here? Subscribe to Cyber Prime's channel.
Hey,
He
that's
does
me.
something.
I do something.
Turtle Guy has already interrupted our lives enough, so he doesn't really need the followers. David would probably just hate the subscription, and you can't find me on the internet, so don't try.
Hoover's a ghost. Hoover is a dark.
I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost Hoover.
No, not
I
a
hoover
ghost,
up
isn't a
ghost
ghost.
dirt.
I meant like a secret.
So yeah, that's the pod, boys. That we have been the boys. We're still in the pod. We don't know where we're going because it's an escape pod. We just escaped a deadly explosion. That's the catchphrase.
Sure did.
We just escaped a deadly explosion, and we're the boys in the pod. Roll out, maybe.
Yay!
Or actually, fly out. Escape.
Run. Never come back.
End transmission.
We're not in transmissioning again.